So this is the first time I've been in the studio since the big market that I was at. I definitely have been in here, but I haven't been present in this space, and it is just showing. My plants are looking a little sad, and it's just a little bit neglected, and I'm feeling really inspired after that market. Every time I'm at markets, these types of prints do really, really well. I think because they're more accessible, people don't think that there's that much concept behind them, even though there maybe is. So I really wanted to try and continue this series. Obviously this one is different, but it still has the same feel for sure. And there's definitely like a green one, a blue one, and a red one. So I wonder if we can try to make more of this type of art. So these types of pieces wouldn't be complete without Better Living. These are from 1950. I think all three of them are. Yeah, so these are 1952 and 1953, and I think that they will be potentially a great base for this piece. The next resource that I'm going to be using is Extraordinary Things to Cut Out and Collage. Now this is a book that I would only recommend if you really don't have access to a lot of different things, but the beauty of it is that I need like a certain thing, I can flip to it and it's going to have something for me. The reason I worry about it is that a lot of people use this book and I can tell when people have them in their artworks. But that said, with the flower portion, it might be a little bit better just because people use different flowers. All of the flower heads came from this book. So you can see here I have some that I've pre-cut out. And specifically on this page, like ones like this are very similar to the other ones that I used. I think that there is a great variety here, and maybe we could make one with yellow, for example, yellow and orange. I really do like this one too. That's definitely very similar to the other ones, so it would definitely tie it in, but I also really like these ones, so maybe it's time to do like a yellow version of the other ones. There's even flowers on this one that are purple, but I really like this photo for potentially like putting like another couch woman in here, or maybe like some little nude ladies. I don't know, I really like this photo though. So maybe I'll start with this one. I like the look of it so far. So we're kind of looking for either a furniture piece or something that looks like I could just like mount a bunch of little flower people within it, and something that has an interesting meaning. Okay, I'm a little worried that the 50s maybe doesn't have advertisements yet that I was looking for. Maybe it was the 70s? I don't know, we'll take a look. So I'm gonna just really quickly fly through these and then maybe we will grab some other ones. Okay, this one is 1966, so I'm really hoping that we can see if there's something in here. Just gonna pause the mayhem to look at this advertisement. This is really interesting to me just because I feel like I know a couple people that have just recently been told that you can be deficient in vitamin Bs. And this is an advertisement from 1982, so this is not new information, although I've been told it's new information. It's interesting that some older generations just didn't pass on the knowledge that they kind of should have. Okay, I finally found something that I think will work after looking through like 7 magazines. I think this will work, it's perfect, and I could even put something cool in the frame or the women in the frame. I was just about to give up and look for something that had like the same concept but was like a different looking thing. So I'm really excited about this. Okay, now that we have this, I love this color with this, it's so funny. I'm going to head over to this Buttrick magazine. This is the catalog that I've taken the women from both of those, from all three pieces actually, I think. So let's go through and look at this. I think this one is only gonna have maybe one or two people, maybe someone standing, maybe one coming out of here. I'm not sure, and I definitely wanna replace this with something. So we're gonna be looking for something maybe like nature-y. I'm not sure yet. I would love to have one of them like sitting on this dresser. I don't know if this book is gonna have that though, so we might actually have to turn back to some of the magazines I was looking at before. Okay, so let's take a look at this. I love these right away. So my kind of thinking behind it was that you don't really want everything to be like yellow. This already has almost kind of like a yellowish tone. So I brought in these ones that have like more browns. And then you can see here, why don't I try to get this all in the frame, that like having these brighter yellows would be really nice with these. So maybe that's kind of the direction we're going. These are also a lot smaller than I kind of anticipated, but they look better with this size dresser. So we're gonna have to find like smaller flowers for them. Okay, so the last artwork had people like coming out of the drawers, for example, maybe they're coming out of the frame. And that's why one like this that doesn't have a full body might work, is she could be coming out of like one of these cabinets, for example, or even like over top of this. I have a hand. That, you know, there's lots of different ways out of the lamp. So we're just gonna play around and see what works. So I'm just playing around right now, but I know for sure these two I really like these flowers on, but these ones I'm kind of going back and forth. This one makes sense because it's smaller, but this one's even smaller, you know, and then that one might be too big for that one. I don't know, just playing around here. I also have all these leaves, so I'm wondering if I need to put these into the dresser. I'm definitely intrigued by this idea, but I don't know if it's gonna work, so I'll take it and see if there's anything else. These are more yellow, so that might work. I'm just looking for something that's almost like a carpet at the bottom that I can bring these flowers above, and then it's just like a little tiny area around it. This carpet is perfect for grass, for pretend grass, but it's just not big enough, so we're gonna have to pass on that one. Okay, so like this was my original vision, was to kind of cut a shape out of this and make it look like a rug underneath it. But now that I'm seeing this, I don't know if I even like it. I just want something that's gonna ground it. Like it just doesn't feel like grounded in this piece. It feels like it's kind of like floating around. So let's see what we can find. Okay, so I just cut this out a little bit to see if I liked it, and I do really like where it's going. I definitely want some pieces here. So the beauty of this is that this is basically covered, so I can cut here and bring this to the outside quickly. And then, yeah, I cut this, so I could literally cut this out and then have it shine through the other side. Okay, I don't know about you, but that looks so much better. I think just what I want to do is cut out some of this blue here to show that more, and I think I like everything else, maybe a little bit trimming around this, and that's it. Creating this artwork was truly such a ride that I didn't really realize I was going to go on. Because I've made previous pieces that are kind of similar, I thought that it would be like a quick and easy one to create. But it really took me a lot longer than I expected. Even to just source similar materials and be happy with it took me a lot longer. I think it was hard because there was already something that was in the real world that I was trying to compare it to, versus usually I'm just kind of experimenting, playing around, not really thinking too hard. But for this one, I was really thinking about how this could be a series. If this planter, for example, with all the flowers was too much, if the people were too much, if I had to get rid of one. So in like in the previous piece, I made a couple extra flower girls that I never used. Not sure where they're at right now. But it's kind of interesting just to play around and see the process and how different it is when you're making something for a series versus just making to make. I hope that you can relate to this too if you've made a piece that you really, really love and you try to recreate it. And can you recreate that feeling or that mood that you were able to capture, or just that feeling of loving it that much? It's always so interesting to redo this. So for these pieces, for example, I've been so successful with the first couple that I want to make another one, but then it's like the pressure is on to do it again versus before where it was just kind of this exploration of creating something new. That said, I've really enjoyed the challenge of making this piece, and I think it's very different from the other pieces, but it still holds like the same character and feeling of the other ones, so I really hope that it fits in really well with those ones. I know I usually don't glue everything, but with this type of piece, I really had to. I couldn't keep everything in place in order to be able to scan it first. So this is going to be one of those pieces that are scanned in just the way it is. And now I'm going to use the cat as a transition to show off the final piece. Now, just for fun, I changed the background to work on in this video, and when I put the white behind it, I wasn't really sure if it was working still. Because the flowers were white and the background is white, I'm wondering if it's too washed out and if I need to add a background or something. So let me know what you think. Do you like the white background? Maybe we can do this blue background. And in the last one, I've even changed the flower on this one just because I thought that it would kind of match the right boldness that it needed to have. Yeah, but 1, 2, or 3, give me your answers in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all so much, and please like and subscribe if you haven't already so that you can see my next week's video. Bye for now.